caught my ex cheating on me while having sex with a coworker in my car. Let me preface this. This was years ago. All right. I am 39 as of today. Today is actually my birthday. This happened when I was like 24 years old. Mind you, though, I was married to this woman. We had only been married for a few months. I was 24 at this time. She was 21. So we get married. We have our first child. We're living together. Life is amazing. I got a good job. I just got a brand new car. She was in college at the time. Everything was just going smooth. But she wanted a job as well. I get it to have extra money. So she started working at a restaurant as a server. She worked all types of shifts, day shifts, night shifts, because she went to college online. So her schedule was pretty flexible. I only worked Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday on my job. So I would watch our child while she was at work most of the time. She was a pretty easy person to kind of keep up with. She always called me on her breaks. She always called me when she got off work. If anything changed with her schedule, she would let me know. So, like I said, her patterns were always pretty normal. We have no issues in our relationship. I mean, like this was my best friend. See nothing going on, but over time, I guess maybe a month or two after she had our child is when she went back to work, and then I started noticing when the patterns start changing with work. All of a sudden now she's always working a double shift. All of a sudden now she's getting off later than normal, or she's got to take somebody home from work. Things just weren't the same. But I never thought about it. I never looked at it as anything crazy because I trusted her. Okay, so one particular night she gets off about 8 o'clock, but she calls me. She says, "Hey, have to take somebody home when they finish their shift and they stay a good ways away. So I gotta wait till they get off, which they don't get off to 10. It was 8 o'clock then. They don't get off to 10. I have to take them home. So I might get home around 11, 11:30. Now, mind you, I'm thinking out of all of the people that can take her home, why do you have to stay there and take this girl home? And you're off now. You're going to wait 2 hours. Even if you wanted to take her home, why not come home and wait till she's off and go back and take her? But I didn't question it. I said, okay, I'll talk to you later. I'm home with our son playing the game. You know, our son this time is probably like, I don't know, 6 months old. Well, 11 o'clock comes, 11:30 comes, 12 o'clock comes. My wife still isn't home. I'm calling her cell phone and it's going straight to voicemail. So me, I don't go to thinking you're cheating. I'm going to think something happened to you. You were in a car accident, you got hurt somewhere, something happened. I'm not thinking about cheating at all. I call her mom like, "Hey, have you heard from her?" Because she got off hours ago. She's still not home. It's almost 1 o'clock now. She says, "No, I haven't heard from her." I called the police department then to find out if there were any accidents in the area. There were no accidents in the area. So now I'm really worried. I had just got a brand new car. I let her drive it that particular day to work. And the car seat was in my car. So I couldn't even get in her car and go look and see if she was okay because I had no car seat. By this time, it's like 1:15, 1:20, and I see the lights hit the window as she's pulling up in the driveway. Now, I had told her when she got off work to stop by McDonald's and bring me something home to eat because there really wasn't anything in the house to eat like that for me that night, or nothing I wanted to eat in particular anyway. So she gets out of the car with a bag of food from McDonald's and she comes inside, hands me the bag. Doesn't say anything about being like this late coming home. She has an attitude with me though. I said, "Everything straight. I was worried about you." She's like, "Yeah, I'm fine. I told you what I had to do. Blah, 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 blah." Acts like she's mad. She goes in the room. I'm going to bed. I'm tired. She gets in the bed and I stay in the kitchen to eat this food that she brought. Food is ice cold. It is ice cold. I look at the receipt. She got this food at a little after 11 o'clock. It is 1:20, 1:30 in the morning. Where have you been for the other 2 hours and 30 minutes? So now I'm getting suspicious. But I don't say a word. Like I said, she's already upset. I don't know why. So I go in the room, um, lay down, and it gets weirder after that. Stay tuned for part two. Make sure you follow me because I'm gonna be dropping it very, very soon. Story time.
Man, I'm 6'1" Boy, she would have had to eat that food. You hear me? I ain't accepting that. I asked you to bring me some food. I You should have brought that food before you went and did anything you want. But look though, welcome back to the channel for all my subscribers. If you're new to the channel, I'm 6'1" man. We do reaction videos on sports, hot topics of the news. You know what I'm saying? Straight out of 89 blocks. But I ain't gonna hold y'all. Look, we gonna get right into part two right now.
Part two, how I caught my wife cheating on me with a coworker in my car. So when I go in the bedroom, she's already laying down, and we always leave our cell phones on the nightstand. It never fails. We something we just always done. This particular night, I noticed the charger cord going under the pillow. She's sleeping with the phone under her pillow. Number one sign somebody's cheating. I look at this. I'm starting to put all this together. I still don't want to jump the gun. I don't say anything about any of it. I go to sleep. Next morning, I kind of got a little chip on my shoulder. Now I'm a little pissed off because the night just didn't add up. So, you know, I asked her if she want to go get some breakfast. She has to act like she has an attitude still, but we get in the car and we're heading to get something to eat. Randomly, she asked me about a Little Wayne lyric to a song off a mixtape. Lil Wayne had just dropped this mixtape, and she doesn't even listen to rap like that. And she asked me like, "What does this mean?" And I'm like, I tell her, I'm like, "Why you even asking me that?" She's like, "Oh, I heard it in the song. I was just wondering what it meant." Didn't make sense. Remember that part of the story. Well, a couple days go by. Um, you know, same old typical thing. She's going to work. I'm going to work. I'm taking care of the kid, and nothing really unusual was going on at that point. So I think the relationship is seeming a little funny, but I can't put my hand on what's going on. So I planned a weekend to go to the beach with her. I planned everything. I booked the room, bought her new clothes, got her hair done, nails done. Like this is supposed to be like a romantic getaway for us. She acts pissed off the whole time that we're going on this little mini vacation. So we're going, and we're heading down there, and I pull out my phone and I'm just scrolling Facebook, and I go to her page and look, and she says, "When you're headed to the beach, but you really want to be someplace else." What? Now this is bold because we're Facebook friends, and there's no way you didn't think I wasn't gonna see this. I asked her about it. She's like, "Oh, I just rather be home, sleep. I really didn't feel like traveling, but it's still a nice gesture. Blah 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 blah. Whatever. Get to the beach, have a decent time. While we're at the beach, we have no sex. We don't do anything. Normally, we're a pretty active couple, a couple times a week, but we're not having sex at this point. And I'm like, at the beach, I got this condo, candles lit, wine, all this. We done went out to eat, and you still not in the mood? Okay. So we coming back on a Sunday. Um, I'm thinking, okay, I'm gonna get home, I'm gonna cook steak, shrimp, I'm gonna lay it out for a baked potato, get some more wine. I'm gonna make my move at the house again. I have bought her some new lingerie. This is gonna be, I'm gonna make this Sunday really well since the beach didn't work. So we get home. I prepare the food, and me and her talking. It's kind of going okay. And I tell her, I say, I got something for you in the bedroom. Go look and see. After we ate, I already had the lingerie laid on the bed with like a little note. She goes in there, and I'm looking through the crack, and she grabs the lingerie and she rolls her eyes. She don't know I'm looking, and she's shaking her head like, I don't want to do this. She comes out with the lingerie on, but again, I didn't seen this, so now I'm kind of thrown off. But I try to get into it. I'm kissing her, I'm touching her, and I'm not budging. I'm not getting up for attention at this point because I know you really don't want to do this. So at that point, I lose it. Like I'm fussing, I'm snapping, like, what's going on with you? I've been putting in so much effort. You've been so suspicious over the last couple of days. Like, what is it? She's denying it, saying just stress, being a new mom and all this other stuff. It's still bad. But she's like, she think we need to take a break because she doesn't want to take it out on me and all this other crazy stuff. That's not what I want to do, but I'm like, if you don't want me here, I'm not gonna be here. Fine. So I pack a couple of my things and I go to my mother's house, leave her home by herself. So I'm staying at my mom's house now for a couple of days. And I just had a suspicion that something wasn't right. I logged into her Facebook. It took me a while. But when I finally logged into her Facebook, I found what I was looking for. I found all of these messages between her and this guy that she worked with. They actually used to go to school together too. She told me about everybody she worked with. She never mentioned this guy's name. And the messages would be when we were together, while we were at the beach, while we were laying in the bed, anytime. Tell him how much she missed him. She can't wait to see him again. And how she could not wait for them to have sex again.
Oh damn!
She's telling him how it turned her on so much when they were having sex in my car, and that's her favorite place to do it at. This, then the third. Now, mind you, I'm getting ready to crash out. But as I read the messages, she was letting him think that me and her weren't really together. She was telling this guy that I just lived in the house with her because I had no place to go, but she had already filed a divorce and me and her were not going to be together. I'm pissed off. I'm mad. I'm snapping. I go, I pick up the phone, I call her and I say, "Who's such and such?" She froze. I said, "Who's such and such?" Follow for part three. Part three of me catching my ex-wife cheating on me with a coworker and having sex in my car. Again, I'm asking her who this guy is, and she's acting like she doesn't know who he is. So at that point, I start reading all the messages to her.
Gotcha, bitch.
She sounds like she is absolutely losing her mind. She doesn't know how I know these things, and she hangs up the phone on me. I'm looking at the messages on the screen. They start slowly disappearing. She was deleting the messages. My dumb ass should have screenshotted everything first, but I didn't. So I didn't get a chance to keep all the messages from when we were going through the divorce, but I had enough. At this point, I go to his page, and you remember when I said she asked him about the Lil Wayne song lyrics, right? In part two? Those same lyrics on his page. And it was a sexual quote or something about having sex with a girl. And it was on his page. And she had the nerve to ask me about it, what it meant. Mind you, his whole timeline or his whole page basically, he's putting subliminal messages up about them having sex the whole time. So I'm trying to go back to my house. I'm ready to go and crash out. But my mother would not let me leave the home, and thank God she didn't, because I might be in prison to this day, the way I was feeling right then. That point, we split up. Um, I'm not hearing from her. She's not hearing from me, but I'm really hurt. And honestly, I still wanted to make the marriage work. We'd only been married for like 7, 8 months at this point. And mind you, we have a son. We have a son as well. That's a little baby. So I'm like, okay, I want to make this work. You got to quit this job. We got to move to another city, like, cause I'm embarrassed or something. Like, we got to figure this out. So I go to her and I tell her all this. Like, look, I decided I want to stay with you still, but you have to quit this job. We're finna move. I'm just letting you know that I'm gonna give you another chance. I thought that's how it worked. The person that got cheated on is the person that decides if they want to be with the other person or not. But this girl tells me, well, I don't think I want to be with you anymore. Um, I think I want to be with him. What? Now, mind you, she worked at a restaurant. This guy's a bus boy, cleaning off tables, making $4 an hour. I worked in a warehouse, making close to 6 figures a year. Put you in a house, got you a car, taking care of you, helping you go through school, and you're finna leave me for somebody who makes $4 an hour. I'm flipping out. Okay, whatever. I let it go though. This one it gets even more disrespectful. I'm at one of my homeboy houses and he sold weed. So I'm just over there. I personally don't smoke weed, but he sold weed. And I'm sitting there, we're just talking. And he tells me, say, hey man, he's like, you and your wife not together no more? I tell him, nah, what happened, whatever. He said, man, I'm gonna be honest with you. He said, I pretty sure she came by here last night. That didn't make any sense to me because she doesn't smoke weed or anything. She doesn't smoke anything like that. So it didn't make any sense to me. So I thought. It's like, yeah, she brought this guy over here to buy some weed from me. And I noticed your son in the back seat. So not only are you cheating on me, not only do you leave me for this guy, but you're taking this dude to buy drugs with my son in the back seat. From my friend. He was like, she looked like she seen a ghost when she seen me. He was like, but I just wanted to let you know. Cool. I immediately tell her right then, do not have my son around this dude. Don't have my son around this guy at all. So a week or two goes by, and we're to the point now where I'm still staying with my mom, and she's giving me my son on the weekends, and we're exchanging them back on Sundays. One Sunday afternoon, I take him back. I leave. I turned around to go get some gas, and I passed her on the highway. Well, it looked like she had somebody in the car, so I got behind her. She pulls into a gas station, and guess who hops out? The guy that she's cheating on me with. And guess who's in the back seat? My son.
Damn!
At this point, I finally lose my shit. I beat that dude to the point that I thought my hand was broke. I wasn't showing no mercy. Then after I did that, I reached in the back of her car and unbuckled my son's car seat and took him. She's calling the police. I don't give a fuck. You're not gonna have my son around this guy. Police call me and they tell me, look, there's nothing we really can do. It's not kidnapping because you and her are married and you both are custodial parents. I know I'm not gonna keep my son forever, but I just want her to know I'm not playing. So I kept my son there for a few days before I finally returned him. Long story short, they did end up being together and they did end up getting engaged. But guess what? She cheated on him too. Fast forward years later, she's single, 3 kids, 3 different baby daddies, and saying that she wishes she would have never got a divorce.
Her loss.
Damn, dog, that's how it always happen, though. That's how it always happen. You leave a good, God-fearing brother, hard-working brother. You know what I'm saying? All he wanted some come home to some peace and some good loving. You leave him for the Pookie, for the Ray Ray. As my boy O'Shea say, for a Pookie or a Ray Ray that live upstairs at his mama house and he sell a little fin. You know what I'm saying? He roll, you attracted to that cause he roll a 3-5 in the wood. And he know all the words to Chief Keef songs. You know what I'm saying? You know all the Chief Keef and Lil Durk songs word for word. Speaking of Durk, hey, that new Durk album is hard, tough, pause. But hey, they do this, bro. And now look at her. 3 kids, 3 baby daddies. I know bro is glad he escaped that situation. I know bro is glad he ducked that bullet. You know what I'm saying? Because my man was going through it and she was sending him through it for shit show. She was sending bro through it. Look,
Hey, how
let me
you
show y'all
doing?
something,
How's
bro.
your day going? You know that you can always say what's on your mind. Are you on your way home?
She sending cuz through
I
it.
warm up your plate
And I ain't
when
even
you
finna sit here and lie.
arrive.
Look, he
Hey, how you
reminiscing.
doing?
Bro reminiscing about it. And he still going through it, but he reminisce how much he loved her and how she walked out on him, bro. That's crazy. But like, man, we see this time and time and time again. And I'd be remiss if I sit here and be like, man, I'm such a player that it ain't happened to me. It did. You know what I'm saying? But they always try to spin the block. But when they spin the block, guess what? Ain't nobody there. Ain't nobody there. I had took a chick in, man. Started raising her little daughter and shit, man. Whole time, this little chick, man, this freak she was smashing the hill, bro. You know what I'm saying? She smashing the workers. We got niggas on the block work, serving packs, serving work, and she out there smashing the workers, falling in love with the workers, bro. Left me, man. Hey, but when she spent that block, man, it wasn't nobody there. Boy, I done elevated, I done surpassed what you talking about, man. You gonna stay over that way where you at. So I feel this brother, man. No kizzy, bro. I feel him. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us go through it at least one time in our life for real though. But man, let me know what y'all think, man. I don't think she deserved what she got, bro. I feel like she deserved what she got, bro. You cheated on that man. You cheated on the man, and they always say they gonna the same way that you got them. It's the same way they gonna leave you, bro. I promise you. So she cheated on him for the next man. The next man fell in love, tried to do the right thing. She cheated on him for another somebody, and apparently she cheated on him because she's single. But it is what it is, man. I'm 618Cs, man. Let me know what y'all think about this, man. How y'all feel, man? I feel like, dude, man, he dodged the bullet, man. I hope this brother find him a wife. Straight up. I'm out. If ain't nobody told you they love you, 618Cs love you. If ain't nobody told you they want to see you win, you know 618Cs want to see you win, my baby. I'm out.